Cause I might pull up in the south side, hop out the ride with Corey, Juice and Jonas. Mad, head gone, my bad. Let me tell you why I'm mad. Cause you baited it and then bragged. Took them comments and went too far. Then circled the blocks in those cars. Took kindness for a weakness. Now let me show you what beef is. I'm hungry, barbarian. I'll eat up, no vegetarian. Gonna show gang you got no plan, and I will smack you up like some grown man. I stay humble, raised in jungles where everyday people get humble. And then you're gonna feel, because headshots hurt and they're gonna kill. What you know about scheming? What you know about rolling blocks? What you know about SP45s and those PD Glocks? We're all on timing because we're all pissed off. Don't cross that line because you will get shot. What you know about scheming? What you know about rolling blocks? What you know about SP45s and those PD Glocks? We're all on timing because we're all pissed off. Don't cross that line because you will get shot. And I meant what I said. Fuck about gang, gonna end up dead. Cause it ain't no joke when we circle the ends, pull your ass up with lead. Man straight to the point, pissed off. Man start move anti. Now you're leaking on the floor, my youth, so you better check in with Nancy. What you know about scheming? What you know about rolling blocks? What you know about SP45s and those PD Glocks? We're all on timing because we're all pissed off. Don't cross that line because you will get shot. What you know about scheming? What you know about rolling blocks? What you know about SP45s and those PD Glocks? We're all on timing because we're all pissed off. Don't cross that line because you will get shot.
In a world where time stands still, I'm trapped in my mind against my will, wandering through a maze of broken dreams, lost in echoes, trapped in these seams, thinking I can find a way out, but all I can do is scream and shout. No one cares until you're dead. A fire that's fueling and it's getting fed. I'm fading echoes in this twisted rain, lost in portals, calling out my name. Through the darkness, I'll find light in the light. Unveil the truth, and I will reclaim my inner fire. Through the portals, through the Through the cobwebs of forgotten time, searching for the colors I left behind. A voice whispers, you hold the key, unlock your chains and set your spirit free. I'm flying away from this messy cage. Time to live my life and turn a new page. I'm fading echoes in this twisted rain, lost in portals, calling out my name. Through the darkness, I'll find light in the light. Unveil the truth, and I will reclaim.
All right. Hello. Welcome to Behind the Roleplay with Deuce Me Fam. We have a okay. Fuck all that rap shit, Naldi. True. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming by the stream. Dorito, yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I asked her if what name to call her, and well, it's a little difficult. I still don't know how to say dialysis. So Dorito, dialysis. What's a bunch of other names we can call her possibly? Anyways, you already know who's going to be here. It's going to be a great show. The reason why I wanted to bring her on today was because Shirley is because she's still kind of very new to roleplay, you know. And so I thought this would be a great opportunity to bring someone who isn't too familiarized with this community and the environment and all that fun stuff. And so I thought, you know, wow, this is great. I'm very surprised she just jumped on and was like, yeah, sure, I'm down, and didn't even ask me like, hey, what's kind of the the dealio here, you know, which is, you know, is really funny. But hey, it's gonna be a great show regardless. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and bring on, how do you say your name again? I forgot. What is it again? Is it Dorito? Or is it Diesel? Hello?
Dahlia.
Dahlia. I still can't say the name.
Okay.
Dahlia. Anyways.
Dahlia.
Dahlia. Okay, I have remember where to put my tongue out. I say okay, Dahlia. I can't still say it. Anyways, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Behind the Roleplay podcast / talk show. As always, as you can see, Panda did a phenomenal job on.
It looks so cutie.
It's so cute. It's so cute. And I'm so glad you took your mask off when we were taking the picture.
Okay.
Because it would have just looked so just you know what I'm saying, no human elements, just a full mask, you know.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I saw a picture on Instagram. I think it was the other day. I was on there. It was a couple doing like some type of kissing pose, and they both had masks on. Like, and I'm like, okay, so it's just fabric on fabric. So literally changing the fabric of reality while rubbing each other. Okay, well,
maybe they just believe in, you don't actually kiss until marriage. That's how they're kind of like,
maybe.
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe that's how they're getting around it.
Oh, damn, that is true. Actually.
Yeah.
Oh my heavens. Well, actually, I didn't think about that. Well, anyways, thank you so much for coming on. It means a lot.
Of course.
I know that you've been very scared and nervous, but it's going to be great. Like I was saying, you've never really been a part of kind of this environment of roleplay, and when you first started kind of getting into it, was there ever any type of hesitation of kind of thinking like, oh, maybe this isn't for me, or was it all just kind of like, hey, you know what, I'm just gonna just try it without any worry or anything?
Well, my thing at first, like, I only like got into this because all of my friends were doing it, like my bestie Porsky, you, Vic, Claire.
I'm your bestie?
You're one of my besties.
You heard it here, chat. She actually likes me. Holy fuck. Okay, anyways.
My only concern when doing this was, oh my god, I'm gonna slip up, say something or do something and get banned. But
well, we have staff in here, so you can say it right now, and technically it could happen, because you know what I'm saying. So we could definitely make that happen right now. You know what?
No, it's really not something that I want to happen.
Oh, you don't want to? Shit. I'm just saying we have 2 staff right now. Well, technically 3 if you count Zeke. Yeah, so we have. I mean, hey, I'm just saying it could happen right now.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Okay. I was just really excited to get into the whole world of it because I always seen you guys having so much fun doing it, and I'm always down for a silly, goofy time. So
true. We did have some silly, goofy times. There are some times where roleplay, I guess, as a whole, sometimes can definitely be a little too much. Some people do take it, very serious. Obviously,
very far.
last episode, we talked about how there was somebody who was doing like an investigation to get through a pixel door, which isn't even a real door. And it was like 16 or 13 pages of a warrant or something like that to get him through, which is it's a lot, But
yeah,
there are some times where there are people. Wild. It is very wild, but at the same time, it's like, hey, that's 23 pages. My bad. I was actually giving less credit. My bad. I'm so sorry about that, OG. But yeah, so when obviously seeing us kind of play and whatever, and then when doing the application, was that ever something that you were kind of like, this is kind of ridiculous to even have that, or did you do it and then slowly start to understand why that was kind of a process for it?
So at first, definitely I was like, okay, well, what the fuck? Why can't I just go in here and be a fucking weirdo? And
You already do
then,
that enough as it is, right?
okay. And then I talked more to like Phoebe and Vic about it, and I really understood, I guess. So I was like, okay, well, I mean, it gives my character like a purpose. So
Did you have a chance to like? Do you remember your character's backstory, or did you kind of just kind of free ball it, just be like, okay, well this looks good, something to read, and then kind of submit it in?
so I had like a whole story for because I started with Piper. So I had like a whole story for her and like a whole background. I don't really remember it, but Piper doesn't really fit that story anymore, so it's a little strange.
So okay, so what made that story kind of change? Was it just through roleplay, or was it just kind of the environment that you, because you did, like I said, you did start off Piper and then Dahlia, I still can't say that fucking word.
It's Dahlia.
Dahlia. I can't even say that word.
There you go.
Oh well, I'm gonna call you Dorito. Anyways, so
Okay.
when,
Alright.
when you start making Dorito, right, and when you started kind of, you know, because for a while you did play Piper for a while. I mean, for a long
did.
time. I mean, it was, you know, and you even tried to play Piper as somewhat as a Civ, but then there were some times on Kree that I would be around moments and I'd see Piper running around, go to an all black outfit, and then get on this like tiny little blacked out car and then drive off.
Okay, that was Piper's
Okay, but hang on.
villain arc.
So that's what, so I was going to get there, right? So was it that you had a taste of the Crim side of things on Piper and you're like, oh my god, I actually want this, but you just kind of want like a different whole new character to try that environment instead of like having that one character who you were just kind of, I guess, testing the waters out. That's how I view it, right? Is like you made Piper well, yeah, Panda, your name's gonna be said 3 times. What? Is that a bad thing? Panda. That's that panda. You know what I'm saying? Anyways,
Oh my.
but yeah. So when you had a taste of that Crim stuff, what was your kind of process in making Dahlia?
So yeah, I mean, with Piper, the most crime Piper ever did was like chopping, which, let's be real, that is like the pettiest crime you can do on a server, I feel. Um, so it kind of did give me that like sense of I want to explore this more, but I don't want to do it on this character. So that's why I made Dahlia. She was like my down for anything. I'll go to jail, I don't care. I'll shoot people, I don't care. Um, and at first she was just like this little country girl that came to the city. And then once she was in the city, she's changed a lot. She's um part of a gang now. She knows so much about crime. It's interesting.
So when having that transition, going from, you know, getting a taste of crime on Piper and then making that character kind of like be fully submerged into crime, is there ever a time where, and there's sometimes you do go on Piper sometimes and just kind of like just have
I
that
do.
presence. Was there ever any time that you think like you're gonna kind of change up Piper's story to do something even more on the Civ side, or do you think you're just kind of focused on kind of, you know, have Piper come around for a little bit and then get on Dahlia, and then I still say the name wrong. It's such a hard name to say. Okay,
It's Dahlia.
Dahlia. Dialysis.
Okay.
I don't even know.
Dial up like a dial up phone.
Chat. What names could you come up with the same as Dahlia, but it's just like it's something, you know, dial up, dialysis, Dorito, Dorito.
There you go. Dahlia. There you go.
Dahlia. Okay, Dahlia. I don't like that. I like dialysis better. Anyways,
Okay.
but yeah,
Dialysis, Dorito.
Dorito.
What else?
Yeah, we have this whole stream just dial up. Holy fuck! Oh, that's great. But so yeah, so do you have any kind of like vision for Piper to where it's like you have one side that mostly focus on crime and then one side that mostly focus on Civ? That way you kind of know both sides, or is it kind of just like you just kind of have like a presence on just one character and focus more on the other?
So I tried to do stuff on Piper, but I ended up just not like committing to it. I like had a whole DOJ interview for her. She was gonna try to be a lawyer, but that plus like the criminal side was just it's a lot to juggle between both. So I kind of just picked Dahlia over Piper.
Do you think that you'll still obviously play Piper, but just like I was saying before, just have like a presence like as her, or just kind of
Yeah,
yeah?
because I mean, I kind of like get on Piper almost every day because she has bees. So that's really all I do with her now.
Shout out to Bees for real,
Oh God.
for real. My new character, bro. He's like he's so close to getting that cool van. You know what I'm talking about? The ones where it's like the bee livery on it. He's so close.
Oh, the Speedo or whatever?
Yeah, yeah. He's so
Mhm.
close. He's like I think he's like 20K away. So shout out to
Dude,
the bees.
Piper has like almost 300K right now solely from bees.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Steph, you hear this shit right now, bro?
Okay. Calm down.
Delete the account, bro. Delete the
Delete.
delete the character. Delete the character. But yeah, no, that's actually like I will say that there is some stuff that I envy you so much, and I look up to you so much in roleplay in a sense of like I try to make a crim. I've done serial killer RP before. I had a character named Mr. Ink.
I bet you
And
did.
I did.
No, I'm sorry.
I did. I
I'm
did.
sorry.
I did. I did in fact have and I permed and this was all agreeing perming, by the way. I think it was like 4 characters that agreed to be permed, and then a few characters that were agreed to be tortured. And
Oh.
and it was like the most I think killings I had under a character's belt, because my first killer I had, which is Mr. Smiles, he only had the one, which was the mayor. And if you're ever wondering why the city won't have a mayor, it's because of my character. It literally, it's because he cut off the mayor's head and
Oh my God.
and threw it
Oh
at
my
Pillbox
God.
and threw it at recording, sent the tape to Weasel News. Yeah, so they won't have a mayor because of that. Because if they
Jesus.
give someone that much power and if someone were to perma them, then they it's just a lot of responsibility. So, but yeah, I try to do crim, and every time I try to have a crim, it's always like part of me is like, man, I could really just like have a killer, and just, but I'm like, no, I already had my fun with that. And there's no way the petty crime, it seems cool, but it just doesn't tickle my fancy. So that's what I'm saying with you. It's
Yeah.
like, you do it so well. And this is like, I don't know how you do it. Just keep that limit. Me, it's like, oh, if I torture somebody on my character, I have to like rip out their freaking appendix or steal their pinky or something like that, some
Oh my
type of
God.
yeah, that'd be, I don't know why, but I do envy you with having a crim character, and plus just not being too like my anxiety. There's one time where I had a character name, I can't remember his name, but he was a super nerdy guy and he was trying to be a criminal, and he was trying to take someone hostage, and a guy was running down this like alleyway, and my character had his gun out and he was running after him, and the guy took turns like, oh well, fuck, I missed that one, and then got back in his car, and then Wilder, I think it was Wilder, I can't remember, but and then I got someone, went to the store, got him in surrendering, and I didn't have nobody else with me, so I had to go back to the safe and undo it by myself, hoping to God that they would be a nice civilian, not run away.
And just stay.
And they didn't. They just stayed.
Aww.
So, and after that, I couldn't do crime anymore. I just couldn't do it. I tried, but so I do want to explore more into that when you're doing kind of like a job, whether it be like a bank or a store. What would kind of be your advice to a newer person getting to crime RP?
Honestly, don't expect to either get the job done or like get out with all the money or anything like that the first time you do it. It's gonna take like a lot of practice to do half of these things. And then even if you are like experienced and like you're seasoned in fucking crime, it's still challenging. So it's kind of like a different thing every time you go in.
So when you started kind of going through it, who was kind of like your biggest help to like get a good understanding of crime? Because last I checked, Febreze and Vic don't have crims. So
Yeah. So
you were a lone wolf, or were you kind of having like a group before you had dahlia
Dahlia. It's
Dahlia.
okay. You'll get it.
I'll
You'll
get
get
it
it.
eventually. I'll get it eventually. Hey, if I've gifted, I'll get it. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no. Who was kind of like your help? Like who was kind? Because I know they don't have crim, so it was like you were definitely lone wolf for a bit, right?
Yeah. So when I started to do like the super petty crime on Piper, the person who helped me do that was actually Colson. So I got a lot of help from Colson, and then I was like, dude, I really don't want to do this on Piper. So that's when I made Dahlia, and I met Dusty on Piper and Dahlia. So really, it's been me and Dusty since the start, doing crime together. We were living in a warehouse together, and then that warehouse got taken,
Whoa! Now
and we
why did
kind
it
of
get
had.
taken?
There were some things going on that shouldn't have been going on with the owner of said warehouse, so he
Oh, so
kind
some
of
like
got booted
ERP.
off the
Oh,
island.
okay.
Ew, what?
What is that? Not. Oh,
Ew, no, what?
well, you
No.
say okay. All right. Well, um, so when you said kind of like how y'all both kind of was it his first time also doing crime, or was it kind of like he was just kind of showing you the properly way to do it, and also like show you that understand like sometimes you just won't get it, because sometimes from my understanding the streams I watch of crims, it's like a coin flip sometimes, where it's
It
like
is.
sometimes you get it, sometimes some things may just not happen at all, you know.
Um, yeah. I mean, with me and Dusty, he had come from like a previous city, so he knew a little more about crime than I did, and he also had friends who could help him. So whatever I learned, I was either learning it with him or he was showing me or we were learning it together. So, I mean, my first like bank that I ever robbed was with just a bunch of friends. I wasn't even in a gang or anything.
So when you were doing your first right.
Clarity.
So when you were doing your first bank, and obviously I can only imagine how that feels, right? Because you're doing the bank, you have the hostage, and it's like cops outside. It's
Mhm.
like a literal out of a movie. It's
Oh my
like
god, I was shaking. I was so scared.
now, what was your position in doing that first job? Like, were you like like holding the hostage up, or were you like in the back trying to hack the thing?
So I was the one that was holding the hostage while our friend Allie hacked.
Now, have you ever hacked before? Or is that still something that you're still trying to warm up to?
I've done one bank hack. I've hacked a bank one time. Not fully. I missed one of the hacks, so Ezra had to step in for me. But all of the other ones I got, so I was really happy with myself.
That's pretty cool. See, again, my anxiety, I would immediately melt
Oh,
in my
I
chair.
definitely was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to like nervous poo before I do this.
Okay, so that is a thing. All right, I'm glad to see I'm not the only one on that one.
Yeah.
So when you're kind of getting ready for this, right? When you're getting ready for it to rob this bank, and you're just like, wow, this is gonna be a big point in my character, right? Because robbing a bank just isn't something like now in the server. It may seem like it, right? But as a just statement saying, yeah, my character robbed a bank. That's a pretty
Right.
big. It's a pretty big statement, right? If you could choose kind of one thing that you can have your character be focused on, whether that be the driving, the hacking, the holding hostage up, like, or even getting your character the ability to talk out of situations, what would you want your character to try and get more better at in that state?
I would like to get better at hacking and possibly driving, but let's be real, Dahlia cannot really drive that well.
Now, is
But
it
I
because the character
try my
drive well, or is it
best.
because the computer can't handle it?
No, it's solely a skill
So
issue.
skill
I
issue. Oh
can't even
shit.
lie.
Well, see, the reason
I'll
why I
be
say
honest.
that, the reason I say that is because there was like one time when I was trying to run from the cops, and my computer lagged so bad that they were neck to neck, and then my computer freezes, and then I end up like all the way across the bridge that we were, so it's like sometimes skill is just, sometimes it's just the computer, it's just not be all that good. But when you're doing that, when you're taking the hostage, right? Is there ever times where you're trying to kind of not have the moment, be so torn to where it's like, yeah, you're taking someone's time. Yeah, you're trying to do this. Is there any times where you try your best to have a little fun with just that part in general, instead of having it to where it's like, hey, get in the car type thing?
Oh yeah. I mean, my thing is I'm always nice when we take someone. I always offer them food, water, obviously, and then I'll be like, I'm sorry that we're doing this, but I'm poor and I need money, and you were kind of just there, so I am now taking you, but we're gonna have a fun, silly, goofy time, I promise.
Now, have you ever gotten taken hostage for a bank?
Oh my god, so many fucking times. So many times.
So what was like your favorite time being taken hostage, or do you even have one?
Oh, I have one. I was cleaning my dirty money. I was doing cargo, and I got taken at the graveyard. And the guy looked at me and goes, I'm sorry about this, but, we need you for a bank. And then I was like, bruh, okay, whatever, let's go. And then he was like, okay, do you have anything illegal on you? And I was like, dude, I'm literally doing an illegal activity right now. Of course I have illegal stuff on me.
So it's just the fact that he was just very like understanding, like, hey, just if you have anything on you, just I've noticed that like they always ask me when I'm either on Jimmy or when I was on Cree, they have anything illegal. I'm like, I'm the most civ character that you've ever picked up, by the way. Like the only guy I have on me right now is Mommy's Milk and Jimmy Card. That's all I got right now. So are there ever times where you would want your friends like Porsky, Vic, or even Clerney to like, and I think Clerney has a Crim character, I think. He
does.
But would you ever want them to also kind of join you, just so y'all can kind of, I guess, like fuck around like a little bit instead of have to like worry about certain things?
Oh hell yeah. We always joke that we're gonna do an all girls bank one day. So I'm really hoping that actually happens.
Well, now that there's 11 people watching, it has to happen now. Yeah. Also, by the way, before I forget, let me go ahead and do my one thing. Hi guys, I know you're watching this amazing behind the roleplay stream. If you don't mind at all, when you're on the echo.net store and you buy something, whether that be prio, it be a ped type token thing, or even custom item flashable, when you're checking out, make sure to use code DoSMeFam at checkout. It helps your local streamer, doesn't add anything else to your cart or anything. It literally just helps your local streamer be the best local streamer around. And also, by the way, if you're looking for some great art, we do have an amazing artist with this great set that is all around me. Her name is Pandai Art, and in the bottom of the video of the VOD, there'll be a link of her Ko-Fi link. Thank you so much again. All right, sorry, I do a little plug. You know how it be sometimes.
Oh yeah, you're good.
Yeah, you know how it be.
Gotta make that money,
also, I figured out how to make a zoom in cam, so I've been like using it a lot more.
Okay.
Learning as we go, But yeah, so would you ever wanna, okay, this is kind of like a I don't know how to word this question, but would you ever do kind of like a silly goofy character, but like not just by yourself, but like have it to where Vic, Clerney, and yourself like kind of like one big just family of like twin sisters or whatever that does crime? Would you ever try and do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always down for anything silly goofy. Especially if it's my friends, I'd do it.
Now would you want to have it a one life character, or would it be kind of like around for a little bit and then just kind of like leave type thing?
I think that really depends on how the character progresses.
Right.
I think it's hard to say like definitive answer at the beginning because you never know. Things can change.
Now, would you be too scared that character would take the spotlight than Dahlia?
Dahlia?
Dahlia? I can't dial up. But would you ever be scared of that, though? Is that if you were to have another character, that character that you make would take that place?
I definitely would because I feel like that's what happened with Piper. But I don't know. I hold Dahlia like very close to my heart because it's like I've never done RP, so it's really special to me.
So I do want to ask you this because coming from someone that felt the same way about my main character Jimmy, that I could never permit Jimmy, right?
Hmm.
But if that were this case that you, let's say something happens to your character and it's very like there's no way that they would come back from any type of action or whatever. Would you would you permit them if that's the case, or would you just be like, you know what, it's not as bad as it looked, but it would be like a long time to recover from them?
Um, I think if there's obviously like no coming back from it, just RP wise, I would definitely have to perma
Oh,
just to make
really?
it like
Ooh.
okay. No
Oh
one
my.
get any ideas right here. This is
Oh.
meta. This is meta.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Apollo all of a sudden is gonna come out of nowhere.
Shut up.
Just rip her fucking arms off and use them as a
Oh my
helicopter.
god.
Yep. So okay, so yeah, so I feel like a lot of times when people when they build their character and their character is very well known and it's like they feel comfortable with it with their character, they have that tendency of like, I can't permit this character, because it's my baby, it's like I can't do
Mhm.
that. But when I hear people say like, oh yeah, if it was in the right circumstance, 100%, I'd perma. So it's just like it's so reassuring that like even though you're new to roleplay, you still would do it, and it's so cool to see that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point, isn't it? I mean, you're role playing. It's not I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. If shit goes down, then
Yeah.
kind of got to.
If you could choose a way for any of your characters to perma, whether that be a silly way or a really serious way, what would kind of be your like, okay, this is how I'd want my character to kind of be permed?
Um, hmm. I feel like if anyone was going to perma, it would have to be probably Piper because I don't know what it is. Every time I get on Piper, I immediately crash my car so bad. And it's just like I don't understand. So it would probably be Piper and she'd probably like just get in a really bad accident, send it over a mountain type
Oh
beat,
my god.
and just not come back while
Jesus.
trying to do her beats.
Damn. All right. Well, now we know that if we just see Piper's car flying across the mountain, they well, she's
Hmm.
perming today.
Big pink Everon.
Big,
You won't
big.
miss it.
Yeah, you definitely won't miss it. So when we're talking about playing your Krim and then having Piper go from kind of just like Civ to testing out waters and then making a new character, is there ever a chance where you're thinking like, you know what, I kind of want to try being a cop in Echo? Is there ever a time where you want to see both sides of it, like of one side being the criminal side and then one side being the cop side?
So I definitely have wanted to try making a character that's also a cop. But my thing is like if I'm gonna do that, I need one of my friends to do it with me because I cannot bear the social anxiety of doing that alone. That would be horrible.
Well, I feel like with anything in general, right? Like it would just be really difficult to do it alone. Like cop work is not easy. Which
Mm-mm.
I'm pretty sure Vic had a cop character. I'm pretty sure. I remember
Mm.
because when we were trying to do stuff with moments and Vic was like, I can't. I got my cop tonight. I'm like, your cop. And we would have to like delay a lot of stuff. But after that, it took a month. Oh yeah, it's true. That month break. True.
Mm.
But yeah, no, I mean, hey, I mean, I would love to see you try to be a cop because I feel like it's so overwhelming. I tried to be a cop, couldn't do it. It was just it was too much. That's why I can't be Crim because it's way too fucking much. And I got anxiety, buddy,
Yeah.
So
I
when,
feel like
oh,
definitely when I started my
that's all right.
crim, I was definitely super anxious, but then I had a moment where I was like, dude, none of this shit really matters, so why not just have fun? I don't really know these people. I mean, I know my friends, that's really all I care about. So,
I love how that concept is. So I mean, a cracker. The way you're like, this shit don't matter. I'm gonna kill the fucking hostage.
Dude, I've told the cops that too before. Like, I told the hostage before. I was like, okay, I'm gonna say some things to them. I don't mean it. I promise. And then the cop came in and I was like, I'm gonna shoot him. You better let us go. I'm gonna kill him right here.
Just right here. Just really just make this. Damn, they must feel really intense when they see your fucking ass. It's like, I'm gonna shoot him. I'm gonna murder him right there, and I'm gonna give you the gun.
I'm gonna kill him
I'm gonna kill
to death with my gun.
To death. Not the to death part. Holy shit. So, with obviously in roleplay, you've seen since you played for a while now. There's all different type of avenues of roleplay, right?
Mm-hmm.
All types. Is there a roleplay kind of scenario that you'd want for your characters, or make a new character for, that you kind of want to experiment and explore and kind of see for the first time, besides cop and all that?
I really think, I don't know. I feel like maybe like a lifer or something, but then I don't know if I'd enjoy being in the prison all the time. I don't know.
Well, I feel like you'd have to, if you want to be a lifer, I feel like the best time to be on is the main storm, right? Because you see literally,
and you got all the new people coming in.
All new people, you'll see them all the time, and get the fuck with them. They'll probably definitely punch you back, but
maybe I could get one of them to like set up a jailbreak for me. Who knows?
Honestly, maybe. Well, see, so the only issue is with that, right? I don't know if they've changed it or not, but I remember one time when I was on Mr. Inc., when they send you to prison for life or whatever, they, you try and escape and you kind of teleport back down to the prison.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it's changed or not, but that was my first time ever experiencing that, and I was like, "Wow, I really can't. I don't want to get in trouble, so I'm not doing. I'm not doing this again. Fuck this." Oh, I do want to kind of pick your brain with something though. So,
okay.
If, let's say, for example, you've done GTRP for a bit, right, and there's all types of RP, like all over the place, whether that be like Conan or whatever. With playing GTRP, has it kind of opened your curiosity with other platforms of roleplay?
So I used to like want to do the Red Dead RP really bad, and then I just kind of, I don't know, I just stopped watching videos on it. But it's still something that I think I'd get into.
See, I've done Red Dead RP for a bit. It's just I'm so used to having a phone, just can't do it.
Yeah, that'd be my only thing, I think.
Yeah.
Letters?
Yeah, you send letters to people. Yeah,
that would be horrible.
Why would it be?
You have like a Red Dead gang, and you have to letter them to get their 5. Like, what?
Yeah, literally. Yeah, that's like you have to.
You pull up on their camp with 5 horses. I don't know. I just don't know that.
Someone's not working out alive. Someone's not. But so when obviously the way that you kind of describe that, you literally do it just for fun, right? Is there kind of like a path of story that you would do with Piper, right? That, which I know, like, you kind of have Piper just do hunting or whatever, but if, let's say, there was a story to kind of, to be DOJ, right? And just something that's very like left field compared to what you do with your criminal, would that ever be kind of strike your interest to kind of be more hands-on on the legal side of things? And would you use that as a way to kind of understand the legal side of things, so when you do crime, you kind of have a better understanding of like what your limitations are to what I guess you can do, right?
Yeah, I would definitely try it. I just know there's like such a stigma against cops. So
don't be sorry. What?
I don't want people to be like, "Oh, you're a fucking cop, blah blah blah. I hate you."
I want to stance a horse? I want to be a horse?
Honestly?
What the fuck?
Wait.
Wait. What is that even? Hang on. When in doubt, Google it out. What?
Are you looking up a stanced horse?
I mean, to
Wouldn't it just be like a miniature pony at that point,
stance
depending on how
a
you stance it?
horse. I don't even know. It's just a bunch of horse positions. I don't.
A horse with stilts is kind of kooky.
That'd be pretty cool. Stance a horse, maybe. Bro, can you imagine stancing a horse and you just like cutting some of his legs off? Oh my god!
Oh.
Like you just, and then if you want to add more, you just add a prosthetic leg to it. Oh my god, that's fucked up, Zeke. Why would you think of that? Oh my god, my night's literally ruined.
Podcast ruined, man.
Podcast
What's wrong
ruined.
with you?
What are we? Jesus, dude. Read the room. Oh my god. you're so far down, Zeke. You're cute. Wait, I also want to. Oh my god, here we fucking go. Now, I do. There are some times where I'll look on Echo's Instagram, right, and I'll see people like on horses. So like I'm wondering if there's some type of secret way to get a horse in Echo. That'd be cool. That is just to ride around a horse. Just
imagine.
Just getting it up. Literally just riding a horse. It's a cow. You ride cows?
Well, you can't really ride them, but there's a picture I have of me, Phoebe, and I think Anita. And we're all on the back of a cow. It's pretty good.
What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't matter this information like yesterday.
I'll have to send you the picture. It's actually really funny.
Sorry, I'm still on the whole thing like stancing a fucking horse. How fucking crazy that is. Jesus. So when you're kind of like when you have your character Piper and Diesel, there we go. Fucking dial up. All right. Anyways,
okay.
When I just won the game, Jesus. When you're playing those characters, right? And you know, for me personally, the way that I kind of the way I roleplay is that if I'm in character, I'll try and have like my mind obviously like what they would say or whatever, like if they're upset or whatever the fuck. What's your kind of process of getting in character? Like, is there something you do where you just kind of go, well, all right, I'm in character, I'm talking in character, or do you kind of like have like a playlist that you have to put your mind in character, or anything like that, or emotions wise?
So at first I had like a whole like persona that I would apply to Dahlia, and it's just changed over time, honestly. Now I just get on and I'm like, I'm very nice to everybody.
Right. Oh, sorry. I thought my mic was muted.
Until I get angry, and then I can be really mean. But if I say something mean and I understand that it was mean, I usually take it back. I'm like, I'm sorry, that was rude. Unless I just don't like you, then I don't care. Then I won't say sorry. I'll say it and I'll move on.
So you had like that stance, but now it's kind of, you have like a better understanding of your character and like how they would perceive certain things or take certain things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, I wish I could have that. I gotta have fucking music. I gotta like, it's so much. I know it's too much to do, but like, yeah. But sometimes I get my characters mixed up sometimes, and like I was on Kree, and somebody was running away from Kree, and I started running. I was like, wait, I'm not Apollo. I can't just like instantly just fucking sprint after somebody and not say anything. Like I gotta hold myself accountable. Hold back.
Kree started sprinting at me, I think I'd probably pee a little. That'd be horrifying.
Jesus. There's one thing I wish I could have gotten for Kree was the Crimson Chin costume, you know, from Photo Appearance.
Oh god.
I would have loved to have that fucking costume like for Halloween, to have Kree dressed up like that. Oh my god. That'd be so good. So, do you have any questions, I guess, just for like, I'm telling you, I'm always so fascinated about Crim stuff, right? Is that I just don't know how you do it. I'm gonna be honest. I really don't know how you do it.
Like, I think I feel like you're just putting too much pressure on it.
It's not pressure. It's not pressure. It's just, I don't know. I think the biggest, I guess, thing for me is that like I've seen, and like you said, apologize for this, but the stereotype or the whatever for like Because sometimes they'll say like, "Oh, you'll get a good cop or a bad cop" type thing. And sometimes I've seen the bad cops, and they're just like, it's a bit much.
Horrible.
You know,
They're horrible.
It's a bit much. I'll say it. It's a bit much. You know.
Yeah, I don't know, and that's my thing too. Is like, I'm super nice to everyone. Like literally, if I'm being chased by a cop, I'm giggling the whole time because it's really not that serious. I'll literally be in a foot chase and I'm like laughing and screaming.
Oh my god, just screaming out the windows all your might.
Well, yeah.
What the fuck? I love that though. That's so good.
I just like to be silly goofy. Mm.
So, I guess with kind of closing it a little bit, right? Just kind of like, wait, what the fuck? What the fluck?
What the flug? Clarny?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's what you said. The fluck, dude.
That's what you said, apparently.
I don't know. I said what the fuck, not luck. Fluck. I actually like the what the fluck though.
What the fluck?
So when you're kind of trying to think of like plans to do for like a robbery, like, you know, either whether it be a bank or store or whatever the fuck, right? What's kind of like your first kind of like your idea kind of process where it's like, do you think of me like, let's do something fun, or even demands even, right? Like what's kind of like your first like thought process?
So usually our first thing that we like to do is we like to make sure that we have enough people like to set up either blocks to get away from the cops during the chase or swaps if we need them. We just like to get everything set up and positioned, and then we usually just use the same demands because things get a little kooky crazy.
Like how?
It really just, I think it depends on the day and the cops that you get on your bank, because some of them are chill and they're, you know, not assholes. Sorry, guys. But once you get those bad cops, it kind of just ruins the whole vibe of everything. Because at the end of the day, I'm not here to be super serious. Like when I'm robbing a bank, of course it's a serious task, but I'm also trying to have fun with it and experience the role play myself. So when you're getting people who are just shit talking you and pitting your car at over 100 miles per hour, but they get mad if you do it to them, it's just, I don't know. The whole thing is really silly goofy, and I think it just annoys me sometimes.
I get that. I mean, the most I think I've seen like a full chase just go absolute bonkers was probably when I think this whole car chase like ran into Cree, but there was just so much yelling, and they're also yelling at Cree to get out the way. But like, how can you get out the way when he's like at the stoplight, and they just kind of appeared out of nowhere going Mach speed 5, and it's just like it can get intense. But there are some times where I mean, there was one time where I got taken hostage on Cree, and I, you know, I was like, well, I don't know what type of person Cree would be if taken hostage, right? So it's my first time experimenting it, and they had to point a gun at Cree, and he instantly started peeing himself, just pissing himself, just aggressively. Right?
Oh my god!
But it didn't stop there. It was like puddles of piss, and it was actually at the art gallery. And it was just puddles and puddles and puddles and puddle. Like it was just so much piss, right? Now, next day, new, you know, goes to Burger Shot. And I'm not kidding you. The guy that was taking Cree's order was like, aren't you the guy that pissed his pants like a lot at the art gallery? And I was like, no, I'm not the guy. No, that's not me. You think it's someone else. Like,
Different
but y'all have the same hair. Well, that's just a popular hairstyle. You wouldn't understand. You know, like, but it's just the fact that word spread that quick that Cree pissed his pants and the fucking just puddles of piss just at the art gallery. It was probably one of the funniest things I think I've ever experienced.
One of my hostages one time shit his pants.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was wild. It smelled horrible in there.
Oh Lord. That's so funny though. I'm waiting for them to have an emote where you can actually shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
my god.
I'm waiting for it.
It's gonna be insane.
And I'm also waiting for them to have throw up, but Did you know that they took the piss emote for like the longest time? Like, it was like a good, like, I think 6 months because people were being toxic with it. But some of us, when we want to go AFK and we're, hey, I got to take a piss, we literally just emote piss. You know what I'm saying?
I usually just tell people, I'm like, hey, I gotta go tinkle in the bush real quick. And I'll go sit in a bush until I come back.
Whenever the old moments building we had at the oh fuck, what was it? I can't remember. It's at the coffee shop. I think that's where it was at. And I think there's a picture on Kree's like memorial thing, is that he was like in his Christmas gear and he was pissing in a plant.
Yes.
Yeah, that's his legacy right there, just pissing in plants and
That's
wearing
pissing in plants.
Yeah, that's his fucking legacy right there, dude. But yeah, no, I just said this already, but thank you so much for coming on, and I hope that this, you know, has an opportunity for you to come back on once, you know, something were to change and Dahlia's story. Still said
Okay.
Dahlia, whatever.
Dahlia.
Dahlia. I can't say the word, guys. I'm sorry. But I've gifted
Dial
another.
up is wild. Dial up is actually worse than Dorito, I think.
Dial up, Diesel.
I've heard it all.
You've heard it all.
Dial up, Dorito, Dahlia, Delilah.
Hey there, Delilah. That's what Zeke was saying yesterday in chat. He's like, hey there, Delilah. What's it like in New York City? He was already setting it up. Hell yeah. But yeah, thank you again so much for coming on. And
thanks for having me.
Hopefully next time we'll have you and Porsche on, and then we'll start, you know, ripping on Porsche and then calling her Bozo.
I would actually really love that. Oh my gosh, imagine if you got me, Porsche, and Clerney.
Well, now I can't do Clerney. I'm sorry. I can't.
Why can't you do Clerney?
Because my contract says I can only have 2 guests on here at one time. Yeah. Yeah, my contract with the show is only two guests at one time. I mean, that's kind of... I mean, maybe if we sneaked her in like under the desk, maybe, you know?
I think we could do that.
I have the contract. But we'll see what we can do. We never had 3 people on this set, but the reason why I like it so much is because it kind of has that cozy feel, and it's not too big, but yeah, we'll see. We'll have to see if they're down. But I mean, I feel like if y'all 3 are down, then it'll probably happen. But we'll have to definitely set up a date for that, though.
I'm down.
All right. Who do you think we should raid?
On
Echo's thing.
Oh. Give me some options. What are you thinking?
We got Miggy.
Hmm.
And then we got Gage, and then Lena.
Oh my gosh! Please do Gage.
Gage.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Devin Whitlock is the guy who works at Taco Hut in the casino. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, we can definitely do that.
Me and Anita kind of beat him up.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be the first chat I put, but I heard you got beat up.
I heard you got your ass beat at the casino.
I heard your ass got beat, bro. All right, well, guys, I don't know when we're going to do another episode. It kind of depends on my schedule. I think I'll see it tomorrow, so it really just depends. Keep an eye out on the channel that we have on the Discord, and then we'll keep y'all updated. All right, thank y'all so much. How do I rate? Oh, here we go. Okay, bye.
Bye.
I want to